Hey, welcome. Your FieldersChoice.com daily hit and run show. We are back at our normal time today, 10 a.m. So welcome everybody. Uh, Another week, MLB baseball starting. First of all, check us out, yourFieldersChoice.com. MLB promo still up, $25 a month. That includes all sports. Right now, we're pretty much MLB is like the main sport we're covering right now. We have NASCAR though. Great weekend in NASCAR. I see a bunch of wins on a NASCAR winning room. Thanks to Big E. Eric takes care of NASCAR. Uh, Big weekend for MLB. A lot of MLB winners looks like. Even some showdown wins last night. Something like baseball. What else? I mean, there's really, I guess, not much else going on besides baseball and this little WNBA, but mostly baseball and NASCAR. But welcome back. Tough week last week. I had a whole household full of sick people. I'm still trying to get better here, but good enough to do a show. And I guess that's it. So anybody that's here live, throw in some comments. This is probably going to be a quick show because it's a small slate. But let's make this painful or painless. I mean, throw in some comments, ask any questions, question me, tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, tell me a good call, whatever. But we've been on a nice roll. We had the show on Friday afternoon. We did really well. I think that was a game. Was it Friday? We had this while it was all over Schwarber. Schwarber had a big day. I think maybe 2 home runs. But we had a bunch of our calls right on Friday. So especially cash games, we've been rolling every game. And now it's a matter of getting some big hits on GPPs. All right, so MLB 6-game slate tonight. Weather is bad. So right now it looks like first game Arizona at Cincinnati. That game may not even go off. Right now I'm seeing Kevin Roth from Rotor Grinders telling us storms all afternoon. He thinks it may be an early postponement. Arizona at Cincinnati, and that is our 6:40 p.m. game, right? Yeah, one game, 6:40 p.m. They finally bring the Cincinnati game at 6:40, and they may get rained out. All right, so then we have another game that may also get canceled. The Texas at Cleveland. So they're Kevin and Ross saying that model show, a lot of storms, heavy rain, just north of Cleveland. The game may be played, but some light rain moving in, so on. Definitely could be, he's cautiously optimistic, but we could see a postponement there. We could see a delay. So right now we're pretty much looking at four decent games and 2 games that may not go. All right. So that's what we're looking right now for weather. Kind of stinks, but Vegas right now. So I'm going to try to avoid, I guess, some of the Reds game, but right now, as we're looking at Vegas, the top implied team of the night is the Blue Jays again. But the Blue Jays seem to let us down every slate. They always seem to hit on off slates. But right now, the Blue Jays are the top implied team, 5.5 runs per Vegas. And another team over 5 is the Reds, 5.1. The Reds pretty much got shut down by Patrick Corbin yesterday, which is not good. But we know how the Reds really, really like to hit left-handed bats. But who would... They're going against Madison Bumgarner, who's a lefty. So Reds lineup does hit lefties as well. So if that game goes off, I'm definitely stacking the Reds. They're the only teams over 5. Then you got the Angels, 4.8 runs. Arizona, 4.7. And then the Rangers, Cleveland, Houston, all 4.6. All right. So looks like the Blue Jays are our top implied, probably popular chalky stack tonight. All right. Once again, you guys have comments. Throw them in the comment room, please. I'm not sure how many people we have live today, but it'll be on demand all day. And all right, Moneyline, who is our biggest favorite? I do not need my computer to slow down right now. Right now, the biggest favorite on the slate looks like it's the Blue Jays minus 169. It's a Robbie Ray game. To me, Robbie Ray's always GPP pitcher. He always will be, but he's going tonight minus 169 favorite over the Royals at Kansas City. Beside that, Astros, Javier pitching minus 163. They're your 2 heavy favorites. And that's it. After that, Reds and Angels and San Diego all around minus 120. So our biggest favorites are Blue Jays, Astros. Blue Jays are our biggest implied team for implied runs. All right, get all this stuff out of the way. So let's talk about pitching here. Okay, so kind of a crappy slate for pitching. You can go so many different ways here. It's going to be tough to decide where we're going to go on for SP1, SP2, cash for DraftKings. I was trying to dig in a little earlier. Let me see if there's any ownership up yet. I haven't seen too much ownership. It would be nice to see who is catching the love. I'm thinking it might be Carrasco. So just give me 1 second here to pull this stuff up because we may not see anything here yet. It's a Monday, so we do have something here. Okay, so right now, just looking at, once again, these are very raw projections. It's 10 a.m. on a Monday morning. Right now, it's looking like Blake Snell is seeing most of the ownership, almost 50%. And then you got Javier, Hunter Green, and Robbie Ray all around 25%. Okay, so now let's kind of dig in a little bit. I'm not huge on Blake Snell here. I may end up fading Blake Snell. Let's pull up Snell's numbers here. Let's see what we got with old Blake Snell, who at one time was one of my favorite pitchers in baseball. He's just a different pitcher now with the injuries. Okay, so last 5 starts, we got an ERA of 4.03, not great. A WHIP of 0.85, good. K rate 11.7, good. Facing the Mets now. Mets, though, are a tough team. We've seen what they did with the Dodgers this weekend. They're striking out 22% versus lefties. In Petco Park, though, pitcher-friendly park. I do see where Blake Snell is going to be a popular play. I just right now have too much respect for this Mets lineup. And we've seen what they did to the Dodgers over the weekend. So they did get shut out the one game by Tony Gonsolin, I think it was. But Snell's looking to be the popular play. So what's up, Big E? Oh yeah, thank you for doing that ownership. It's going to screw you up here. So if you don't go Snell, who else are you looking at? I'm looking at Christian Javier. Right now, I'm thinking he may be my SP1. It's, he's definitely a volatile pitcher. Another Robbie Ray. So, last start against Oakland didn't do much. Great start before that against Cleveland and Texas. So he's up and down. He did allow 4 walks against Oakland, season high. But he's facing a team tonight that doesn't walk. Okay, so he's facing Seattle tonight. Seattle doesn't walk. They walk like 8%, I think. And right now, Javier striking out 20%, 28% of the batters. It is kind of lining up for a good game against the Mariners, who are not a great team right now against righties. They're striking out 22%. They're hitting BBP 140 off of Javier. There's nobody here to shoe in for starting tonight. But I think Javier may be one of my favorite arms. Because beside that Oakland game, take away the game, he's actually got a good start. He's facing Robbie Ray, who actually, he's been good, unlucky, but Ray's more of a GPP play. So to me, I guess Javier is probably my top arm if you don't go Snell. Who else we got? Oh, man. We got, if the game goes off, you got John Gray. There's not too many pitchers to choose from for SB2. Got Gray, who's actually been doing well. Let me see. 3 straight starts, 6 innings at least. Coming off that big 12 strikeout performance. Went up against the Rays, last them through 7 innings, 1-run baseball, gave up 3 hits. And now I think he's got the upside against Cleveland if the game goes off. Once again, volatile. They're all volatile pitchers, but I don't mind John Gray as an SB2. Now it takes us to Carlos Carrasco. Looking at the game, the slate's lowest run total, 7. He's actually not bad. 363 ERA, 358 xFIP, decent point per dollar. The Padres right now, offense is pretty much below average, and also worse against righty pitching. So maybe we look at Carrasco. What's Carrasco's price? 9.3. Let me see. San Diego striking out 21.8 to righties, 135 ISO to righties. It's pretty low. Carrasco, said he's gonna get you like 16 to 20 points. That's pretty much all we've seen over the last 5 starts, but that may be enough. A couple of good starts at the beginning of the season against the Giants, against Arizona, but pretty much he settled into a floor. We're going to get you like 16, 20 points for Carlos Carrasco. So he could be a 2. Wow. Hunter Green, but doesn't look like the game's going to go. He's really starting to pitch well. Probably the top GPP play of the slate because that ability if the game goes. And then we got Robbie Ray. To me, Ray is just a GPP pitcher, like I keep saying, but he's actually throwing better than his results are showing. I got to say that. So last 5 starts, 13.5 K per 9, not bad. But we know Robbie Ray's a strikeout pitcher, though. Let me see. Last 5 starts, 13.8. ERA of 5.79, but once again, he's been a little unlucky. He's throwing almost 100 pitches a game, a whip of 1.29, which is not great. But 35% strikeout rate, which is good. But it's Houston, they don't strike out against lefties. They don't strike out anybody. Okay, right now 19% against lefties. So Ray, GPP. So yes, and Snell has since, especially Chalk Snell. We know Snell's ability, Sean. We know what he can do, but he may give you a good game, but he also may be out in the 3rd inning. One other guy that interests me is Ross Stripling. He's kind of a spot starter tonight. Jay's going to Kansas City. He could definitely do well in this game. He could definitely be your SB2. You're not going to get a lot out of him. Pretty much most of his games he's gone 1 or 2 innings. So what do we get from him tonight? 4 innings at the most. 65 pitches at the most. Seattle's not big. Kansas City's not a big hitting team. He could get the win here if he goes enough innings, especially if the Jays jump out against Daniel Lynch, who's a gas can. Daniel Lynch, 5.39 Sierra, 6.9 walk per 9. That's going to probably help Stripling if the Jays jump out to a big lead. So tough slate for pitching tonight. Right now, if you want to look at ownership, you're looking at Snell and Javier. Man, you may end up having to go Snell because he's going to be so popular and just talent alone, but I'm looking at maybe Javier and Gray if the Cleveland game goes off, or maybe a Carrasco or a Stripling. You got to pay attention to our Discord later on today. I'm going to pretty much decide where I'm going to go on pitching, but it's tough right now. But I think Javier is going to be in the mix there somewhere in cash and GPP. And then somewhere like a Stripling, Carrasco, John Gray, something like that. We can't expect anything from the Reds game because of the rain. Ray been much worse in road starts. Yeah, he has, right? Let me see. Baltimore, only 10 DK. Boston 17. Mets not great. 16 against Miami in Miami. Yeah, so no, he's been obviously pitching better in Toronto. All right, so right now I think Javier's my best pitcher. So let's move on. This is going to be pretty quick here. Let's move on to catcher right now tonight. BBP. Anybody that jumps out? No. Okay, that was quick. So let's look at some advanced metrics here. Who do we have for catching? Trying to keep weather in the back of our head. Top catcher, Salvi Perez is crushing the ball right now. We talked about it yesterday in Discord. When he gets hot, he's hot. Finally, he's hitting the ball. He's hurt me a lot in NFBC this year. But now he's got back-to-back home run games. Now he goes up against Stripling, where it's a righty, but he 242 ISO against righties for Salvi. So Salvi's your top play if you have the money. If you don't use Stripling, like Sam Huff, if that game goes off, $2,600, 461 WOBA, but 420 batting average against righties for Sam Huff. If Huff gets a start, hitting 270 over the last week, 370 over the last month, like Huff. Don't mind Mitch Garver then too, but Garver's a little bit more expensive at 4,700. Stevenson's probably your top play if the game goes off, is Bumgarner, but that probably won't go. So I'm probably looking at a guy like a Sam Huff. I think somebody you can go, what do we have for ownership, Eric? Okay, you have Varsho. The game's probably going to be rained out, though. Stevenson. Yeah, so it's going to be all over the place. Yeah, Captain Kirk. Yeah, Kirk is crushing the ball. That's a name I didn't. I'm trying to pull up some stats here. Kirk's probably the way to go. Crushed the ball yesterday. I mean, Kirk could end up being an all-star team this year, I think. They're carrying 3 catchers. All right, so who we missing? So let's call Kirk our top play, then Salvi, and then Huff is our value. Got it? That's the way I'm looking at it. Like it. Yeah, we can't even consider these Reds players right now the way it's going. All right, first base. Jumping over first base land. It's once again, I'm trying to avoid the weather here. Vlad's going to be probably the popular play, right? Especially because of price. Anybody hits anybody hard. Votto crushes Bumgarner, Rain. And that's it. So that's it for BVP. I'm looking at some advanced metrics at first base. You do have Jared Walsh against righty, 3,600. So he's going to be your top value. Walsh crushes righties as Michael Walker. Like that play, 271 ISO, 398 WOBA. Jared Walsh, nice power hitter, hitting 360 over the last week. 6 homers, 15 ribbies over the last month. Take Walsh as a great value. Now you look at Vlad against Daniel Lynch. Vlad's probably your top play, still under 5K, 4,900. You got to go to Vlad. Okay. If not, you got Ohtani against Ohtani, lefty right against Waka. You can definitely go to Ohtani. Still not hitting the ball well, 180 over the last week. So I'll lean Vlad. Alonso against Snell. Alonso can hit Snell. Ready versus lefty also. So Alonso to me, GPP play. Luke Voigt against Carrasco, GPP. Yuli Gurriel. Yuli Gurriel could always be a cash game, especially it's only $2,900. Against Robbie Ray, definitely Gurriel is definitely a value play, $2,900. Jeez. It's not like he's been hitting terrible, right? 250 last month, 250 last week. So, I mean, still, he's always a decent cash play. But it's Vlad's your play, then Jared Walsh, and then you might get, strange. You got Yuli Gurriel sitting there. Anybody I'm forgetting? That's a big play here. You mentioned Alonso, Christian Walker, Rain. Not really. Ty France always, but we like Javier. But Ty France, of course, GPP. France is just crushing the ball still. I like Ty France. Okay, so Vlad, Walsh, little Yuli. Then you want to go through Ohtani, guys like that. Voigt, GPP. That's first base. Second base. Once again, we're talking like end up being like a 4-game slate here probably today. Second base, we have nobody with histories. Big Jose Altuve hits Robbie Ray. 6 for 14 lifetime. So Altuve is probably going to be your top play if you could get up there at second base. Jose Altuve 5.3, yes. Semien, 5K GPP play. I think he hit one out yesterday, right? So he started hitting a little bit. GPP, Jimenez, but that's probably Rain. Jimenez is crushing the ball. I've been doing really well with Jimenez. Out of my GPP yesterday, did well. So it's all about Jose Altuve. If not, go to 3,700 for Espinal. Hit a home run yesterday. So now Espinal is hitting 400 over the last week, man. This kid's crushing. 300 over the last week. The last month. He's got 4 of his last 5 games have been double-digit DK points. So Espinal, great play, but Altuve's your play here. Second base. I'm assuming that's what ownership's going to tell us too, right? No, it's showing Espinal. It's Altuve. But if you can't get the Altuve, then you go to Espinal. But we should be able to because of the pitching tonight. And is Duran second base eligible? I didn't know that. Anybody? I'm not. I feel like I'm missing somebody here. No, I said Espinal. Okay, third base. So Altuve, Espinal. That's it. Third base. Nothing big for BVP wise. J-Ram against Gray. If it goes off, of course, 6K though. Devers against Syndergaard, lefty righty. Devers at 5,300 is top your play. Too cheap for Devers. Syndergaard's pitching well, but Devers crushes righties. 317 ISO, 410 WOBA. Hitting 390 over the last month, 8 homers, 21 RBIs. It's all about Devers here, man. Chapman hit a home run yesterday, righty lefty against Lynch. Still 3,900, I guess, but I can't expect Chapman to hit home runs 2 days in a row. Bregman gets a lefty against Robbie Ray, but Bregman just is not hitting the ball. You can't play Bregman now until he starts hitting. What's ownership looking like? Eric, you got J-Ram. Okay, then is Espinal third base eligible on DK2? I think just FanDuel, right? Oh, he is DK. Okay. So we can play Espinal third base on FanDuel. Okay. I mean, DK too. All right. So it's Devers, Espinal, Chapman. They're your top plays there. It's got to be Devers, man. Last 10 games, slashing 366, 395, 634, 9 runs, 5 doubles, two blasts. It's all about Devers here. If you can get Devers at third, Altuve at second, you're in good shape. Definitely in good shape. And then you want to go way down, you got Matt Duffy at $2,200. He's the type of guy that could get you another big stick somewhere. He's been hitting cleanup, going up against Michael Walker. He's actually hit leadoff in the last game or two, but he was hitting cleanup. So Duffy's a decent price at minimum price, $2,500. DK, $2,200 FanDuel. So he's your top value. And pretty much it for that. So we're looking at Devers, Espinal, Duffy as your punt, maybe a little Matt Chapman in there. Maybe we'll catch lightning in the bottle twice, 2 games in a row. And J-Ram if the weather cooperates. Okay, shortstop. JP Crawford not bad against Javier. That's pretty much it for BVP. Bo Bichette, good spot against Lynch, righty lefty, 403 WOBA, 330 batting average against lefties for Bo Bichette. Bo hit one out 2 games ago, I think. So he's in play. I love Kyle, but never mind. Kyle Farmer's rain again. Jeremy Pena possibly 244 ISO against lefties. Pena's come down to earth a little bit though, only hitting 210 last week. Maybe Bogarts, Seager, but that game probably won't go. Jeez. So what's ownership telling us? Bichette, yeah, Seager. We have to go with Duffy or something like that as our value. Yeah, it's not going to be good value here. So, yeah, Bichette's the play. Bobby BWJ, always in play, but he's slumping right now too. He's in the middle of a little June slump. So I'm not be playing him in cash. Jimenez, Rosario, those guys are great plays, but we were worried about the rain. Cleveland and Farmer rain. So, yeah, it's all about Bichette, I guess. This is going to be tough. We got to wait for probably lineups to open up and see if we can get somebody, bit in the middle of the order as a punter value, and then see what the rain does. But we're looking at pretty much Bo was our top play. And it want to be different. Maybe Bogarts at 5,200. He's cheaper than Bo. Hitting 300 last month. Lindor against Snell, I guess. I mean, yeah, that's it. Okay, outfield. What do we have in the outfield? Nothing spectacular for BVP. Yeah, this is a tough slate, man. This is a slate we want to kind of probably play late on. So Teal's in a good spot, only $4,200 against Daniel Lynch, definitely. 313 ISO, 412 WOBA. Trout is not hitting. He's on 5,400. He's eventually going to break out, though, right? Maybe walk as a day. We've seen his average drop from like 3-something now to like 270. It's crazy. He hasn't had a hit since for a week. Springer, definitely in play. Lit up a home run yesterday against Lynch. You can play Springer and T.O. Once again, these Jays never do me right. Yordan Alvarez, lefty, that doesn't matter. He's crushing right now against Robbie Ray and play. Lourdes Gurriel, he's still only 2,800. We can keep playing him as a punt. Jesse Winker. Winker's really hitting the ball, maybe 3,700 if you don't play Javier, though, but we'll probably be playing Javier in cash. Some tough calls here, so probably work the Red Sox. Guys like J.D. Martinez at 55. Things like that. Maybe Alex Verdugo at only 4,000. So I'm probably looking at Red Sox here. What is ownership telling us? Springer and Teal. Like I said, okay. Trout, Gurriel, names I mentioned. Maybe a little Benny, a little Winker. Yeah, Joe Adell, because Tyler Ward's on an IL now, so Joe Adell is up, even though he wasn't hitting in the minors. But I guess Odell's might be a popular play because he's dirt cheap. Any punts we're looking at? We got Jaron Duran if he starts. Could be leading off tonight. So Duran may be where we're going to find value at 2.6. You got Duran play. Duran, Lourdes Gurriel, and Joe Adell. Probably your top cheapies there. Yeah. And like Eric just said, you could get Duffy in somewhere, shortstop or outfield. Should be leading off again tonight. Tough slate. But I'm probably looking at outfield like a Springer, Tio Hernandez, Jaron Duran, something like that. That's probably where we're going to get my value. Jerkson Profar is a sneaky play. Hitting lead off, under 4K and DK against Carrasco if you don't play Carrasco. Multiple hits in some of his last, 15 games, I think. So Profar, sneaky play. Sean B. talking about Sterling Marte on a heater. Yeah, last 2 games, right? I think his last 2 games, double-digit games. One was a home run, one was a double with a couple hits. So yeah, Marte. Marte, guys like the Red Sox. That's really it. Tough slate. We got to see what the rain goes. Pay attention to Discord. We'll have a lot more updates. What's going on, and we'll take it from there. Of all days, this is one of the tougher days. I try to do a show at 10 in the morning, with just with the weather and there's not much value and not much pitching. Okay, so who's my home run call of the day? I mean, I could get easy and say something like a Vlad or something, but Prout is gonna. Man, I don't like anybody. For JD Martinez, I guess I'm gonna go with JD Martinez. JD or Springer. And Springer let off again yesterday. He could hit another one. Blue Jays top stack, even though I don't like it because they never do anything for me anymore. But Blue Jays a top stack here. Anybody else that's a decent stack? I mean, Red Sox, Blue Jays and Red Sox. Arizona, if the game went off, I'll probably not. So Blue Jays and Red Sox. Eric says take Mike Trout. Trout is way overdue, so he could hit one. I haven't seen him as something like this ever. All right, so I got JD or Springer, mainly JD. Eric Scott, Trout. You say LA's a sneaky every night. They got thumped this weekend, man. What a bad loss yesterday with that Bryson Stott walk off. All right, that's it. Any questions? Quickly, that was quick. So, but it's gonna pay attention to Discord. Play late tonight, and then we'll hit it hard tomorrow for the big slate on Tuesday. All right, guys. Thank you. Good luck. Deuces.